Let me tell you something. Most people give up just before the breakthrough. They quit when they're so close. They can almost see it. They can almost feel it. They can almost taste victory. Success is like a seed. It starts small, invisible at first. But if you water it, nurture it, and give it time, it grows. And then one day, it blooms. Victory is often just around the corner, but only for those who refuse to quit. I want you to think about this. How many times have you felt frustrated? How many times have you stumbled and said, I can't do this anymore? I know the feeling. We all feel it. But let me tell you the truth. Most people quit too soon. They measure their progress by what they see today, not by what is growing unseen in the background. Success works quietly. It doesn't rush. It doesn't panic. It doesn't beg for attention. But it rewards patience. It rewards persistence. Here's the secret. When you feel like giving up, that is exactly the moment when most people give up. And that is exactly the moment when victory is closest. You see, life has a pattern. It tests your desire. It tests your patience. It tests your discipline. And the people who endure, the people who push forward, even when it's hard, they're the ones who cross the finish line. Because giving up is easy. Endurance is rare. And rare things are valuable. So, if you're facing challenges today, if you're tired, beaten down, or overwhelmed, I want you to remember this. You are stronger than you think. You are closer than you believe. You are capable of more than you imagine. Victory is near. It may not look like it. It may not feel like it, but it's there, and it will reward you for your persistence, for your courage, for your refusal to quit. Let me ask you, will you give up or will you push forward? Just one more step? Because sometimes the next step is the step that changes everything. Sometimes the next moment is the moment that makes all the difference. Sometimes the breakthrough is waiting for you, right beyond the struggle. Here's what I want you to do. Stop looking at how far you have to go. Start looking at how far you've come. Celebrate small wins. Focus on progress and take the next step, no matter how small. Because action, even imperfect action, moves you closer to victory than worry ever will. Success is not a gift. It's earned. It's cultivated. It's fought for. And you will never taste it if you quit before the finish line. So take a deep breath, keep your head up, and move forward, one step at a time. Because your breakthrough, your victory, is nearer than you think. And it's waiting for the person who refuses to quit. Let me tell you something. Most people quit just when they're about to win. It's a strange thing. Life tests everyone. It challenges everyone. And the ones who keep going, they're the ones who cross the finish line. Persistence. That's the word. The quality that separates the dreamers from the achievers, the ones who give up from the ones who win. Now, think about it. How many times have you faced a problem? A challenge so big, it felt impossible? Maybe it was your finances. Maybe it was your health. Maybe it was your career. And maybe you thought, I can't do this. I'm too tired. I've tried before, and it didn't work. I know the feeling. I've been there. But let me tell you something. Persistence is not about never failing. Persistence is about never quitting. It's about standing up one more time. It's about taking one more step. It's about trying again and again and again, even when it feels hopeless. Here's the secret many people miss. Victory is often closer than you think. Sometimes the door opens right after you give up. Most people quit at 90% effort, just before the miracle happens. The next call, the next conversation, the next day of work, the next attempt. That could be the one that changes everything. Persistence works like compounding interest. Small efforts, repeated consistently, grow into massive results. One phone call a day, one page of reading a day, one step forward a day. It doesn't feel like much today. It doesn't look like much today. But give it time, and suddenly, your life has changed. Let me give you an example. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. He plants them in spring, but nothing happens at first. The soil is dry. The rain is scarce. The sun seems too hot. Most farmers would give up, but the persistent farmer continues. He waters the seeds. He tends the soil. He protects the crop from weeds. Weeks pass, then months, and finally, the seeds sprout, then grow, then flourish. That's how life works. Persistence is the water for your seeds. Action is the sun. And patience is the soil that allows your efforts to grow. Now, let me tell you something critical. Persistence requires mental toughness because life is full of distractions. Life is full of disappointments. Life is full of obstacles. And your mind will try to trick you. It will whisper, "You're too tired. You're too late. You're not enough." Don't listen. Instead, say to yourself, "I may be tired. I may be late. I may not feel ready, but I will take the next step anyway." That's what persistence looks like. Here's another key truth. Persistence is fueled by belief. You have to believe that victory is possible. You have to believe that your efforts matter. You have to believe that giving up is not an option. Because if you stop believing, you stop acting. And if you stop acting, you stop winning. So guard your mind. Feed it with hope. Feed it with possibility. And reject every thought that tells you it's hopeless. Now, persistence is not just about action. It's about intelligent action. It's not about blindly doing the same thing over and over. It's about learning from failure, adjusting your plan, and moving forward anyway. You fall. You get up. You adjust. You try again. That's persistence in motion. That's how champions are made. Success often arrives quietly. Not with a bang, but with a whisper. It's easy to miss if you give up too soon. So when it feels impossible, remember this. The next step could be the one that changes everything. Push through the fatigue. Push through the doubt. Push through the fear. Because victory is near. And those who never give up, those who keep going when it feels impossible, will be the ones standing at the finish line, smiling at what they've achieved. So ask yourself today, will you give up or will you take one more step? Because your breakthrough could be waiting, just beyond the struggle. Remember, persistence is the bridge between failure and success. It's the difference between quitting and winning. And it's the one thing that guarantees victory for those who refuse to quit. Let me share something with you. Most people quit just before the finish line. It's a tragedy, a real shame. Because the hardest part of life is often the last part. The final stretch. The moment when victory is so close, you can almost touch it. Yet it feels impossibly far. That's the moment where most people give up. Think about it. How many times have you faced a challenge, worked hard, given everything you had, and felt like it would never end? Maybe it was a career goal. Maybe it was a personal dream. Maybe it was simply trying to improve yourself. And then exhaustion sets in, frustration builds, doubt creeps in, and the thought appears, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I should just quit. Stop. That is exactly the moment to hold on, because victory often lies just beyond that moment of despair. Let me tell you a truth about life. Success rarely comes quickly. It rarely comes easily. It comes after effort, persistence, and patience. Life has a way of testing our resolve. It stretches us. It shakes us. It challenges every ounce of our commitment. And those who endure, those who hold on, they are the ones who taste victory. I want you to imagine a marathon runner. They've run for hours. Their legs ache. Their lungs burn. Every muscle screams for relief. And yet, the finish line is near. Some runners stop. Some collapse. Some give up. But the winner pushes through. The winner takes one more step. One more. That's all it takes sometimes. Just one more step. And suddenly, the finish line is crossed. The victory is yours. Now, let's talk about why holding on is so critical. Because when you give up, you not only lose the moment, you lose the lessons. You lose the growth. You lose the proof that you are capable. But when you hold on, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when hope seems distant, something amazing happens. Your strength multiplies. Your courage deepens. Your confidence grows. And suddenly, the impossible feels possible. Here's another secret. Victory is often invisible. You don't see it coming. You don't feel it yet. You might think the struggle will never end, but that's just the nature of growth. You can't always see the progress. You can't always measure the results. You can, however, trust the process. The work you're doing today, the effort you're putting in now, the persistence you practice each day, all of it is building something bigger than what you can see. And that's why holding on matters. Let me give you a few principles for holding on until the finish line. 1. Focus on small wins. Celebrate each step forward. Even the tiniest progress matters. Momentum builds from small victories. 2. Remember why you started. Reconnect with your purpose. Let it remind you that quitting is not an option. 3. Visualize the finish line. Picture yourself crossing it. Feel the success. Let that vision fuel your determination. 4. Use adversity as fuel. Challenges are not obstacles, they are signals that you're growing. The harder it feels, the closer you may be to the breakthrough. 5. Stay disciplined, even when tired. Motivation fades. Discipline endures. Hold on because your habits carry you when your feelings cannot. And here's a truth you must never forget. Victory favors the persistent. It favors those who endure. It favors those who refuse to quit. It doesn't favor the lucky. It doesn't favor the talented. It favors the committed, because life will test you. It will challenge you. It will try to make you quit. But the finish line is waiting for those who hold on. So ask yourself, are you going to quit or are you going to hold on? Just one more step? Because that one step could be the step that changes everything. That one decision could lead to the success you've been working toward. That one choice could finally bring the victory that has eluded you. Life is a series of struggles, a series of challenges, and a series of moments where giving up seems easiest. But if you can learn to hold on, if you can endure, if you can persist, then the reward is guaranteed. Victory is near. Your breakthrough is coming. Your success is waiting. And all it asks of you is to keep going, to take the next step, to hold on until the finish line. Because the moment you give up, you lose it. But the moment you persist, you win. Let me tell you something. Most people expect success to be loud. They think it will announce itself. They think it will arrive with a fanfare, a flashing light, or a sudden windfall. But that's not how it works. Not in life. Not in business. Not in personal growth. Success grows quietly. It grows in the background. It grows in silence. Think about a tree. A mighty oak doesn't appear overnight. It starts as a small acorn, invisible beneath the soil, unnoticed. And then, slowly, steadily, it grows. Its roots dig deep. Its branches reach higher. Its leaves stretch toward the sun. No one sees it in the first weeks. No one notices it in the first months. But one day, the tree stands tall, strong, majestic, a symbol of what patience, care, and steady progress can create. That is the law of success. Steady progress is the secret behind every achievement. Let me be honest with you. Most people fail not because they're incapable. Most people fail because they want results too fast. They plant a seed and expect a harvest tomorrow. They water a plant once and expect an orchard in a week. Life doesn't work that way. And yet, we are conditioned to measure progress in visible, immediate results. Steady progress. Small, deliberate steps. Quiet, daily work. That is the true path to lasting success. Here's the truth. You don't need to be extraordinary today. You just need to be consistent. You just need to take the next right step. You just need to do what's necessary. And then do it again tomorrow. And tomorrow. And the day after that. Because over time, These small actions compound. They accumulate. They build momentum. And that momentum is unstoppable. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed how the sun rises every morning? It doesn't shout. It doesn't announce itself. It just rises. Day after day. Silent, steady, dependable. And what happens? It brings light. It brings warmth. It brings life. Success works the same way. Quiet, steady, consistent effort will bring results. If you trust the process, if you stay the course, if you refuse to give up. Now, here's something critical. Steady progress requires patience. It requires discipline. It requires faith in yourself, even when the results are not immediately visible. You have to learn to embrace the invisible work, the effort that doesn't get recognition, the tasks that seem small, the daily routines that feel repetitive, because that's where the foundation is built. That's where the strength is developed. That's where the leader within you grows. Think about the most successful people you know. Were they successful because they had a single stroke of genius? No. They were successful because they did the small things consistently. They read a little each day. They made a call when they didn't feel like it. They practiced. They studied. They persisted. And over time, that steady progress became unstoppable. Here's a principle you must remember. Small efforts, repeated daily, create massive results. You may not see it immediately. You may feel frustrated. You may doubt that your work matters. But it does. It all matters. And it all adds up. Success is not an event. It's a process. It's a journey. It's the result of doing the right things, consistently, over time. Let me give you a practical example. If you save a small amount of money each week, over time, it grows into significant wealth. If you read a few pages of a good book each day, over time, your mind becomes sharp, disciplined, and insightful. If you take one productive action toward your goals every day, over time, your life changes dramatically. It's not magic. It's the law of steady progress. It's how small efforts become extraordinary results. So, here's what I want you to take away. 1. Trust the process. Results may be invisible now, but they are coming. 2. Focus on daily actions. The small things you do today determine your tomorrow. 3. Be patient. Great things take time. 4. Embrace silence. Quiet effort often produces the loudest victories. 5. Never give up. Keep moving. Keep growing. Keep progressing. Remember this. Every giant accomplishment in history started quietly. Every great life started with small, steady progress. And every success you admire was once invisible, silent, and unseen. So don't worry if your progress feels slow. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Don't get discouraged because the results aren't immediate. Victory is growing. Even while you wait, keep taking those small steps. Keep showing up. Keep trusting yourself. And one day, you'll look back and realize all that quiet, steady effort was building a life far greater than you imagined. Because the law of steady progress is true. Success grows in silence, but when it blooms brilliantly. Let me tell you something. Most people quit just when the finish line is within sight. It's the cruelest part of life. The moment when victory is closest, and yet the weak-willed surrender. But not you. Not the person who's listening today. Not the one who understands that success favors persistence. Victory doesn't come to those who stop. It comes to those who keep moving, even when it hurts, even when they're tired, even when the world seems against them. Think about it. Every champion has faced this moment. Every successful person has been tested. Every great achievement has demanded one thing above all else: the courage to keep going. Because the final push, that last stretch of effort, is where ordinary people are separated from extraordinary people. It's where winners are made. It's where dreams are realized. It's where destiny meets determination. Now, let me be clear. The final push is never easy. It's never comfortable. It demands sacrifice. It demands focus. It demands faith. Your body will protest. Your mind will argue. Your emotions will plead for relief. But that is exactly the time to push harder. That is exactly the time to dig deeper. That is exactly the time to take one more step, even if it's the smallest step you've ever taken. Because often, that one more step is all it takes to cross the line. You see, life works in mysterious ways. The breakthrough is often closer than it appears. The solution is often just one more attempt away. The reward is often just beyond the point where most people quit. And here's the most important truth. You are stronger than you think. You are closer than you believe. You are capable of more than you imagine. But you'll never know. If you give up too soon, let's talk about the principles that make the final push possible. 1. Focus on the next step, not the entire journey. The finish line can feel overwhelming. Instead of thinking about how far you have to go, focus on the step right in front of you. That's where action lives. 2. Remember your why. Why did you start this journey? What goal drives you? Reconnect with your purpose. Let it fuel your determination. 3. Trust the process. You've worked hard. You've persisted. You've endured. All of this is preparing you for the moment of victory. 4. Use adversity as your motivation. Challenges are not meant to stop you. They are meant to test you. They are meant to make the victory sweeter. 5. Act, even when you feel exhausted. Motivation fades. Energy fluctuates. But action, consistent action, carries you through. Let me give you an example. Think about an athlete in the final lap of a race. Their legs are burning. Their lungs are screaming. Every part of them wants to quit. And yet, they push. They focus on the finish line. They run past the pain. They give one final burst of energy. And that's the moment they win. That's the moment they cross the line. That's the moment all the training, all the discipline, all the preparation pays off. Victory favors those who don't stop. Now, here's the truth. You may feel like giving up. You may feel like the struggle is too much. You may feel like the end is impossible. But remember, the hardest battles often come right before the greatest victories. The final push is about courage. It's about faith. It's about believing that success is yours, even before you see it. It's about refusing to quit, refusing to surrender, refusing to accept anything less than your full potential. So, what does the final push require of you? It requires persistence. It requires patience. It requires action. It requires heart. It requires belief. And here's the beauty of it. When you give your all, when you push through the fatigue, when you take that next step, even in the face of doubt, victory will find you. Success will meet you. Your life will change forever. Don't measure your journey by the moments you wanted to quit. Measure it by the moments you didn't. Measure it by the steps you took when your mind and body begged you to stop. Because those steps, those acts of courage, those final pushes define who you are, and they determine what you achieve. So, today, I want you to make a decision. Will you quit, or will you push forward? One more step, one more effort, one more day, because sometimes the next step, the next effort, the next moment is all it takes to claim the victory that's been waiting for you all along. Remember, the finish line is near. The breakthrough is close. Your success is waiting, and it belongs to those who never, ever give up.